is now. A new year, a new era.
Welcome one and all to Rush Racing North America and Europe. Welcome in. This is a brand new season as we are here in season 6. We are ready to go. F1 servers tried to keep us from starting, but we got it all going up anyway. We are here in Australia for the first race of season 6. I am your host, Game Honk, and with me this year as well is Verstappen. And I don't know if he's back yet. He left right before we started to go do something real quick. But when he gets back, he will introduce himself. But we just started qualifying as the servers have graciously let us begin. And 18 minutes, as you can see, some of the drivers are on their outlaps and getting started right now. But we are very excited for this new season. I mean, we did preseason in Bahrain, and that was already that was fantastic. That was a fantastic not qualifying, fantastic preseason racing with Bahrain. I mean, it was even with a preseason race, it was very competitive, and I can't wait to see what an actual race looks like. As here we go, 14 minutes to go. We got a couple people who are getting their laps in right now, as Vide will have provisional pole for right now with a minute 15, Hulky with a minute 16, and Banana with a minute 17. So it already looks like it's going to be a very hot start to the season. So far, only a couple drivers so far that have made times. Right now, Vide still has the timing, but I need to know, Verstappen, you are the new commentator. Last year, I was the new commentator doing this with Rekis, and now you have taken over that role. How are you feeling right now for your first race? That's all good. I guess you can stay here as long as you can to commentate, and I can definitely say that I'm happy to have you here commentating here for North America. But yeah, and I'm honestly with you. I'm a little nervous to see how everything will go, and I mean, especially the server issues didn't exactly inspire a whole lot of confidence, but I am excited nonetheless. And I mean, same thing with OCE. And I mean, you being team principal of Haas and getting some of the drivers, I mean, even in NA having Alizzi and Illyrian, I mean, it looks like it's going to be a great season, not only for NA, but also for OCE as well.
It really does. And I'm hoping with, 5-grid penalty for Wildcat.
And that is an interesting development, as there isn't any damage on Wildcat's car, so I'm not entirely sure what happened, but he does get out of the way for the Racing Bull to go through. But yeah, maybe a little bit of drama already, but
Yeah, already. Not a good start for Wildcat. Let's hope that he's able to get a good placement so that he doesn't go far too much.
yeah. And I mean, we in last season, used to have a full qualifying where every 5 drivers would be eliminated. But it seems that we've moved more to the short qualifying, which I think a lot of the drivers have liked more, that they've enjoyed going to the short qualifying format. And it does seem to benefit drivers as well, a little bit more than the 3 qualifying in terms of even like tire strategy as well.
It does. It truly does. Especially if you have a good strategy, you're gonna do better than most. And it really does come down to kind of the first driver and the second driver with teams, because that is kind of needed sometimes with some teams, because you're gonna have like people pitting. They're both on the same team. So if it happens, it's gonna kind of ruin it. So that's why with some people they'll try to something like have one pit the lap after or before teammate.
Yeah, and I agree. It's going to be, I mean, the strategy is always a concern. And I mean, we saw it in preseason that, I mean, the strategy that Meraki Dawn used was the reason that he ended up winning the race. And I don't know, I think it was in the second preseason race that happened, that he pit almost at the exact right time, and that basically led to him winning the race because he was able to have fresher tires and faster tires than someone who had pitted earlier. So strategy can really be like a big factor when it comes to these races. But speaking of which, speaking of this race, we are here at Australia, as we've said before. It is surprisingly it's definitely a downforce track. You want to have downforce for a lot of these high-speed turns, but with that very long straight into Sector 2 and 2 different DRS zones there, you definitely want to make use of the speed. So, in your opinion, Verstappen, where do you think is probably like the most important part on this track to maybe gain or lose time?
I say gaining time. I would say, in that one, like, after the whole little chicane in the first sector, and then you don't really slow down to take that fast turn, and it's like I forgot what the shape is called, but it's just like an angle, and then straight, and then another angle, then a turn into like the fast, like right hand turn. I'd say that's where you can gain the most time.
Yeah, and I think I would agree with you there because, and especially, and I know which turn you're talking about, and that is like right as you come out of Sector 1 into Sector 2, and going into that DRS zone, I know from experience that you can gain a lot of time, but that is also a very dangerous place because you can really unsettle the car if, say, you take a little bit too much of the curb or if you clip the gravel on the inside. So it's kind of a big risk for reward sort of thing, because I mean, you can definitely take that turn slower and you'll get through it for sure, but if you take it faster, you run the risk of maybe spinning.
Yeah, you really can.
So far here, with just about 7 minutes to go, right now Tai is in provisional pole with a minute 15.3. Vide is in second with a 15.6. And so far, Lizzie in third, Illyrian in fourth. I know Verstappen, you are happy to see that for right now. But
I sure am.
and so far, the times are actually very close. The fastest time is a 1 minute 15. The slowest time is a 1 minute 17. So far here in Division 1 of North America, it's very close racing so far.
It really is. It's honestly anybody's win. It truly is.
Yeah, and I will say that now that does bring up the point that for the first time, we actually do have multiple divisions for North America. We had last year's season where we had one singular division that we went through the season. Now this year we have enough drivers to do 2 divisions, and I'm actually very excited to see it. It's a great development to see more and more drivers get involved, not only in Rush Racing, but also just from across the world, getting everyone involved into this league. It's a sight to see, and I'm very excited. I'm going to be commentating both this race and Division 2, so I'm very excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I wish I could be race tonight so I could give you guys a show. Oh, crap. Why was Illyrian disqualified?
And it said in the game that Illyrian was disqualified for going the wrong way. So I'm not entirely sure what happened. I couldn't get my camera over to him in time, but Illyrian is disqualified from the qualifying, so he will start in P19.
Let's hope all of us can hopefully get up there and hopefully help.
Oh, we have a moment.
Back up. Oh, what happened?
The Mercedes of 810 in Sector 3 losing traction, and he slams into the wall, losing his front wing. And that is definitely not going to help his qualifying, as he is still yet to set a time. He's the only driver on the grid that hasn't set a time yet. But so far already drama. Wildcat has the 5 place grid penalty, 810 having that moment, and Illyrian getting disqualified.
Oh wow. What a qualifying, how we say.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess I shouldn't necessarily be surprised that stuff like this happens. North America has been like a very, very almost, I don't even know really how to describe it. It doesn't matter what track we go to. It doesn't matter who's racing. It is just absolute cinema to watch every single race. Like, I think that is really the best way to describe it. It doesn't matter what it is. We watched them race at Monaco last season, and we saw basically the record-breaking winner of that race win by over 1.5 minutes, and we had people taking over and passing on even on Monaco. So I just think that North America is just, it's in a class of its own when it comes to the competitiveness and racing.
It truly is. It's fun to watch how it can be a different league. It truly can. And sadly, I do have to go.
That is unfortunate, but thank you so much for being here, Verstappen. I will happily be able to take over, and I will hopefully commentate well in your stead.
Hopefully. Hope you have a good night, everybody, or day, wherever you are. And Verstappen is out.
And a big thanks to Verstappen, as always, for being another commentator in North America. And I will go ahead and say that if you guys are interested in not only joining into race,
would you like some help?
Hello there. Who has joined? Hello, H-Town.
H-Town. I was just watching the stream when I saw you just got left, so I decided to hop in.
Sure, I'll take another commentator. I think I have you added, so I can invite you to the race if you would like.
Yes, and can you please find a way to take off this push to talk thing that I have on?
Whoops. I invited the wrong person as hold on. We're trying to get this all set up.
That's hilarious.
As we said before, everyone, for some reason, F1 has been acting very strangely today. That I'm not entirely sure how to describe it. It's just been acting very, very strangely. Not only like with servers not working, but like just the online isn't working properly. So it's been just weird all around.
Yeah, I really wanted to join the comms box because I really want to say how great of a job EA does with this game. They're always listening to us. Anytime we have feedback, they fix the problem right away. I mean, because on the last update that they did, I was just thinking about how the trees in Japan did not look as realistic. But they fixed it without even me saying anything.
And with our hot takes out of the way, I roughly a minute to go here left in qualifying. Tai and everyone is on an out lap right now. Tai will actually start his lap right now. He is currently on a provisional pole, so he will get one more lap in. But so far, Meraki Dawn in P2, Vide P3, Alizzi P5, Money in P5, or sorry, Alizzi in P4, Money in P5, and Hulky in P6. With that group, they are all within tenths of a second within, I mean, right within their timing. So it's going to be very interesting to see. And Tai actually improves in Sector 1 and Vide. So actually Vide will retire from the session. So he will stay in P3 right now. If everything stays where it is, 810 will also retire. As you can see, Tai will actually go around the retired car of Vide. So now we'll see, and he sets a purple sector 2 as well, as Tai is improving on his already very fast time. So I'm going to be very interested to see where this will place Tai, but then I'm going to be very interested to see where this will place Meraki Dawn as well.
Oh yeah, and you know what I'm also interested in is what time can be faster, the communicating with online services, or Tai's lap. Let's see.
And it looks like it's going to be Tai's lap as he sets a 1 minute 14.9. And that is going to put all the pressure on Meraki Dawn, as Meraki Dawn is the last driver that can really contend. Alizzi will finish in P4, Joshua Bear in P5, and Hulkenberg will improve to P6 as well. So now it comes down to Meraki Dawn. Does he have the lap time? As last DRS zone, he does clip the grass, and he's going to go across the line, and it's not going to be enough. He did not improve on his lap time, so everything will stay as it is. Yes, and Banana as well. Banana will improve from P16 to P12, and Pool Diver will be the last driver on the track. We'll see if he has an improvement as he comes down the last straight into the DRS zone, and he will improve as well. But yes, H-Town, you heard that correctly. Tai just pulled off a 1 minute 14.919 here at Australia.
What the F-U-C-K? Are you serious? Oh my god.
I know, that is, I don't even know how to react to that. But here we go. With short qualifying completed, here is your starting grid. Tai with the blazing lap to get pole position. Meraki Dawn P2, Vide P3, Alizzi P4, Joshua P5, Hulk P6, Money P7, Gabrielle P8, Spikes P9, Race P10, Kellogg P11, Pool Diver P12. And we will see the rest of the grid when we get back out there. And this is a 50% race. So here at Australia, it is 29 laps, I believe, if I have that correct. But this is going to be a very interesting race.
GameHawk, before the race starts, can you send me an invite so I can just have it in my inbox and I can just jump in so you don't have to interrupt it while they're racing?
Yes, I can do that for you. And I will see if you are appearing online.
I don't need to be online. You can just send it.
There you go. I have sent you the invite. So we should be good as the drivers are preparing their strategies. It will be very interesting. All three tires really could be in play here. The mediums and the hards actually do work very well here. So
I think it's going to be a medium to hard race, one stop.
I do agree with you that I could see it to be a one stop, but we've seen very much more weird things, as I witnessed Governor start on the hards in Bahrain, and he had pitted on lap 15 of 20 to go to the soft. So, I mean, really, there is no strategy that you can just immediately say that it's out the window.
That is very true.
So we wait here, the drivers finishing up, picking up their strategies and everything as we prepare for the first race of Season 6 for North America EU. And this is going to be a very exciting race to watch. As there we go. I see you, H-Town, as you joined in.
Do I have to pick spectator, or is it already there for me since it's a full grain, huh?
I think you get to still pick spectating, I believe.
Okay. There we go. I got it. I'm in.
We continue to wait. I'm actually kind of surprised. This must mean that they are putting in a lot of thought, but here we go. 5 red lights. And we are underway.
I made it right on time. I
We
made it
are
right as
here.
it started.
Underway here in Australia for season 6. It looks like it was a good launch from both Tai Tai and Meraki Don. And Meraki Don is going to roar on the inside.
Oh
Next
my
contact, Tai
goodness.
Tai spins. So Tai Tai will fall down to the grid.
Joshua Bear, the Ferrari on the big crash.
A huge
sorry.
crash in the background on the straight. That is going to be an immediate
Oh
safety
my
car.
gosh.
As both Vide and Spikes will retire. That was an unbelievable crash. And we haven't even just gotten through Sector 1.
I'm sorry for interrupting you and yelling over you. I literally jump in as the red light goes out, and then they had that one crash at the first turn, and then there's a bigger crash after that. Oh my goodness. And look at the Ferraris making up positions. Let's go.
I mean, if we said about how North America was pure cinema, and I think all that did was reinforce it, as I was not ready for that. I mean, I was expecting a great launch, and I mean, Meraki Don got a fantastic launch off the start, but then Tai Tai spinning, and then the next crash with Vide and Spikes, that, oh my word.
Is ghosting on in the lobby? Because I saw them ghosting when they made that first turn.
I believe that is only a spectating thing. I do not think ghosting is on. So now, I will say it is under safety cars, so actually we will see, this will help Tai Tai, as Tai Tai, I believe, did have damage. Or no, he actually got out of it. So Tai Tai, despite that spin, did not have any damage, but 810 and Project Race will both pit for damage. So Tai Tai gets saved, and I mean, talk about actually making up grid positions. Illyrian got disqualified in qualifying, and he's actually up 7 positions now. Za in the Ferrari as well, up to 6. Joshua Bear up 2, and Hulk in the Williams is up to 4 and is behind Meraki Don for the lead.
I'm gonna have to correct you there, Gamer Hawk. Za, that's 2A. We just call him 2A. It's pronounced 2 Asian for you.
That is my bad. The font, you can admit that the font that Formula uses, it does look like a Z.
I'm on your side. No, I'm on your side.
I will call him 2A from now on. I appreciate the correction.
I got you.
Yeah, so already huge implications right now, and especially considering that the pole sitter, the fastest guy on the grid who set the pole position, is all the way down in P12 now. The safety car will bunch everyone up, so he probably still will be able to come back, but yeah, this was just an absolutely unbelievable start.
Yeah. And if you were gonna contemplate if this was a 1-stop or a 2-stop, it's definitely a 1-stop now. They get to save their tires through the first part of the lap, so they can really extend this first stint.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that really kind of showed, just because the only people who peeled into the pits were only the people that needed to pit for damage, basically. Because I know that there are some people who have their alternate strategies where they will pick something else. But I will say something else that is kind of interesting is that 2A and Illyrian did start the race on the hard compound. They did not pit, and everyone else is on the mediums. So I'm kind of curious about how that's going to go, because the hards will last longer than the mediums. So there is a little bit of a strategy conflict there.
Yeah, and it actually really helps them because they can take those longer and potentially maybe go onto the softs. I think that's a little crazy. I still go on the mediums, but there's extending those hards, because if the safety car would have came out 5, 6, 7 laps from now, it really would have screwed them, because then their whole offset is thrown away. So there's better the safety car comes out now. But I'm willing to put channel points down that we're going to see another safety car in this race.
Yeah, that would not be necessarily out of the realm of possibility. And I mean, usually you always kind of expect something to happen on the start, but I usually you don't see many things happen coming out of safety car, but I kind of agree that I would be willing to put channel points down that we would probably see another either safety car or a virtual safety car. And speaking of which, safety car will be in this lap. So we will restart the race going into lap 4. Meraki Don will lead the grid.
All right, I'm feeling spicy. I think a safety car is going to come in between 3 laps right now. I think they're going to have their elbows out and the gloves are off now.
It's going to be very interesting to see if that prediction comes true. And it's also going to be very interesting to see when Meraki Don will choose to go. As right now he's still leading the grid. He's still setting the pace right now as he heads through the ending of Sector 3. So now we're going to wait for the moment that he's going to choose to go. As now he's still holding, and now he chooses to go. He caught completely off guard, and he's going to get a huge boost down the front straightaway as we are underway back here in Australia. So far as the grid goes through Sector 1, it doesn't look like we are having as much craziness as we saw in the original start of the race, that everyone is forming into their respective places. And so Tai actually will overtake Illyrian and is working to pass 2A as well. So the medium compound is probably the faster compound over the hards, but it is going to be very interesting, like you said, to see when they're going to hit. And you talk about throwing elbows. 2A right there throwing a little bit of an elbow check to Tai going into the DRS zone.
Just to let him know he's there. Just let him know he's there.
That could have been disastrous. It wasn't too bad, but definitely a little bit of a pins and needles moment. As now Tai is going to try and work on the outside. Maybe a little bit of an elbow there back. They both keep it on track, but 2A is going to be able to hold the position as they continue to fight. And despite, and a little bit more contact there. And I think Tai has damage. I think Tai has damage to his front wing.
Yeah,
I think he lost an end plate.
Right,
I agree with you. That is definitely hard racing. And yes, it is confirmed that Tai lost an end plate in that fight. So, but 2A does lose the position to Illyrian. So, I mean, Tai, I think he's not only taking elbows, but he's throwing elbows of his own. Oh, we got a moment! Joshua Bear was into the wall. Thankfully, he does go, so everyone will go around. But spinning through Sector 1 in that one section where Verstappen predicted was going to be the place to gain or lose time. And his prediction came true as Joshua spins and he falls all the way down to P16. So now DRS enabled right now after that initial lap coming out of the safety car so far. Hulkenberg is still right on Meraki Don's tail, but Hulk is getting a little bit of a gap between him and Alizzi in P3. So it doesn't matter. I guess they trade one Williams for another as Tai started first in front of Meraki Don, and now Hulk and the other Williams is now chasing down Meraki Don. You can just see how close that thing is getting, trying to chase him down. And it's going to be very interesting going here into Sector 2 to see if he's going to have a move. Both will go off track, so that might be a warning. And now it looks like he's going to make a move and a little bit of a block there. They're side by side, going down through the DRS zone. They're side by side. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Meraki Don holding his ground, but Hulky's going to make the move stick. But now Meraki Don is going to fight back into the second DRS zone. With DRS, is he going to be able to hold on? They're still side by side. And the inside will rule all as Meraki Dawn will retake the lead. And that's insane. I think that just shows the pure speed that Meraki Dawn can have. Hulk had DRS and he had the battery, but somehow Meraki Dawn was still able to retake the lead. And that fighting actually will bring Olizzy into the mix as well, as now Olizzy with DRS is now caught back up to Hulk and is now within 5/10 of him. As you can see, maybe the fighting for the lead really brought the whole grid back together. That was a little bit of a intense moment there for Olizzy as his tire clipped the grass. And I know from experience that clipping the grass right there can send your car into a spin. And so far, all of the drivers sitting still very close to each other. So DRS open. We'll see if Pokey will choose to make another move. It doesn't look like he's going to, but he is still right on his tail. And he had a little bit of a moment. And he almost spun, but he will hang on to it. So he will hold on. And we got a caution as Banana's out of the race. As you can see, he's out of the race, and someone else, as Greco's, comes off, and it looks like it's a VSC. Yeah, VSC is deployed. Didn't able to quite catch what happened, but that, oh. This race has been insane, and I think your prediction came true, H-Town. VSC within 3 laps here in lap 7. So now you can see actually a lot more drivers, and Meraki Dawn included, will go into the pits, and he'll swap for a new set of mediums. Interesting pick, as Hulk will take over the lead with Olizzy right behind him, using that VSC to pit. And for those of the viewers that are asking, what was the pole time? The pole time was originally set by Tai, who set a 1 minute 14.919, and he is currently sitting in P5. So he's worked his way back up the grid after that lap 1 spin that he had. And now, actually, speaking of which, Illyrian is going to get the move done and is going to pass Tai, as Illyrian is going to move into P5. And so far, a lot of the drivers in the same sort of situation as Olizzy is trying to put a little bit of space between him and Gabrielle in third. He's just about a second ahead. And I mean, the drivers, they are just giving everything they got to chase him down. And right now, I think the best beneficiary right now is not only the people who pit, but think about Illyrian, who started the race on the hard compound. He's in the best position possible, as now he basically gets a free pick of whenever he wants to pit and change his tires. And speaking of the Haas, we go down to the DRS straight as Olizzy is trying to chase down Hulk. You can see he is gaining time, but he's just not able to get going. And now Hulk had a little bit of another spin there. And now is he going to make the move? He's going to go to the outside. Is he going to make it stick? He will. And we have a new race leader for the moment. And he will secure it at least through Sector 3. 810 will get a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, as Olizzy will actually take the lead for the first time today. But the fighting, once again, we've seen it before, will bring Gabrielle into the mix, as now they are both chasing down Olizzy. And this has been such a crazy match, as now maybe Hulky's going to go for a move on the outside. Can he make it stick? They're still roughly side by side. It's all so close, but Hulky will hold on to the lead And oh my, we are seeing absolutely some fantastic racing so far. But now here we go back onto the DRS straight. He's gonna go to the outside. They're side by side. Can he hold on to it? They're still fighting. He does have the DRS, but now the Aston Martin of Gabriel's gonna go into the mix. He's going to the inside of the Haas. Is he gonna get it? He does. And no, he doesn't. He loses it. He went a little too deep into the turn. So that means Alizzi will retake the lead and Gabriel back to third. I thought we were about to see an absolutely crazy double overtake by Gabriel for the lead, but it just wasn't enough. And this has just been absolutely insane racing so far today. And now one question as well, we did see earlier that Meraki Dawn did get the fastest lap so far today. He's probably has the newest tires out of, yeah, he has the newest tires probably out of the whole grid in terms of like the mediums, but it's still a question as he's trying to catch up to Pool Diver. He's in P7 right now, but I think now the question is going to be, when are these leaders going to pit, as Hulky will retake the lead. Tai will get the move done around Illyrian, and now there was a little bit of a movement. Gabriel will get a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings of track limits, but Hulk will take over the lead despite that moment. And it looked like it was a little bit of a slide. Tai will move into P3 as he continues to chase down the leaders.
Is my thing working now?
Yes, now your thing is working. I was wondering where you went.
Oh, I had to go communicate with some online services real quick.
So that makes sense. And so far, it has been a crazy race, to say the least.
What I missed? Just give me one big highlight.
One big highlight. Your prediction came true. That
No way.
The Banana and the McLaren, both McLarens DNF, and Banana crashed into in sector 3, and the virtual safety car was deployed on lap 7.
Wow.
So H-Town's
That's
prediction.
awesome.
So H-Town, your prediction did come true. In fact,
I did say 3 laps. I said within 3 laps.
oh, and that is going to make it even more interesting. Hulky will get a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limits violations. So right now, Alizzi, who is right behind Hulk for the lead, he's the only one in that top 3 that does not have a penalty. So that's going to make it even more interesting. But one other thing to note for you, that Tai had that original spin, as we'll see Gabrielle will go into the pits. Tai will also go into the pits. But we were talking about Tai having that spin on lap 1. He actually recovered all the way into P4. So he's right there. His pace is absolutely still there.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're setting up 14-9 in quali, you just know you have the pace to catch back up. And all he has to do is put those consistent laps in. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, and I mean, that seems to be like the biggest thing in Rush Racing, is that I've noticed that the best drivers are usually the most consistent drivers. And it really can benefit you to just set the fastest laps over and over and over again, rather than maybe having one really good lap and then having another 3 slower ones.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing I would also add to that is, in Rush Racing, it's not even always the fastest driver that wins. It's the most patient and the most aware of their surroundings is the one who wins.
And we have a safety car deployed. We have an Alpine missing his front wing, but we have a full safety car called. Well, not entirely sure what happened, but that is actually going to save. I apologize for cutting you off, but now that is going to make everything interesting as all of the leaders are going to come into the pits for their stops. Meraki Dawn is also coming into the pits despite having new tires.
Man,
So
Burt Mylander's putting in the work today.
now I am not.
Don't tell me you don't know who Burt Mylander is.
No, sorry. I apologize for the freeze. I just witnessed another glitch as I saw Illyrian and Meraki Dawn teleport onto the track when they entered the pits, and then they teleported back into the pits and went back and were facing backwards. So I'm not entirely sure what I just witnessed, but Illyrian is in P2 now, and Meraki Dawn is in P14 right now.
Well, like I said at the very beginning, GameHawk, you know, I'm so glad EA took time to fix those trees in Japan to make them look more realistic.
Now, I think EA might have some words for us after we're done commentating, but I mean, the safety car, again, you did predict, your first prediction was correct, that it was within 3 laps, but we do have a second safety car, so that will bring everyone together, and I'm interested to see how this is going to work, because we have all of the top drivers in the top 5, and I would say the only one that we're missing is Tai, who's in P11 right now, which I think that he realistically can climb back up the grid. But it's going to be very interesting to see how this restart will go, with Hulk leading the grid, and Alizzi's been on his tail the entire time. Illyrian's got the fastest tires, and him starting on the hards actually worked out the best.
Yeah, it was kind of like how I said at the beginning when that first safety car came out at perfect timing. You know, because if it would have came out a little later, the hard strategy would have, it kind of would have meant nothing. But now you got Illyrian in 3rd place, prime position with new mediums. My worry is I just don't know if the mediums can make it to the end. Especially with people being on controller, the tire wear is just a lot more excruciating on the tire on the controller than it is on wheel. So I'm really interested to see how he gets through this and what his tires are at the end of the race.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see, but I will say that this does the safety car does help him to save his tires, and I think that might be one thing that may give him an advantage, having the mediums. And I mean, he's been the fastest driver since last season, and he joined halfway through last season, and immediately he was a force to be reckoned with, and he was right up there with Tai and Meraki Dawn. And he even said himself that if he had a full season, he believes that he could have won the championship. So I think this might be almost like a legacy moment for Illyrian, as, I mean, this is a prime position where he has the better tires to see if he can get it all to the way and maybe even win this race.
Yeah, and I was teammates with Illyrian in the OCE league, not the same division obviously, but we were on McLaren together. So I've known Illyrian before the NAEU stuff, and one thing I can say about Illyrian is he doesn't drive with his head, he drives with his heart. And so, you know, if Illyrian is out there, he's putting blood, sweat, and tears into this race to win this thing. No, I don't think it means more to anybody else than Illyrian.
Yeah, and I think you can definitely tell that with his driving, because, like, I think there's multiple drivers like Illyrian, Meraki Dawn, Tai, where you can just see that they put everything out on the line day in, day out, no matter what track it is, that they want to go big or go home. That they aren't necessarily content just getting a top 5. It's that they go into every race putting, as you said, the blood, sweat, and tears on the line to go out and win races.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I you know, Meraki Dawn actually reserved for me because I'm the TP of Mercedes. He did really well in the Div 1 race yesterday. So I really got to know him a little bit better, and I could tell he's kind of like that same person who, you know, to a lot of guys on here, it's no offense to them, it's just a game. It's just for them to have fun. But these guys like Illyrian and Meraki Don are putting in the work when we're at work, or they're putting in the work when they're at home. They're putting in the work when we're going out. They are studying this game, and it means everything to them when they win because they're just competitors, no matter what they do. And one thing you find in common with real competitive people is the passion that they have for whatever they're competing in, no matter what it is.
Yeah, and I really couldn't agree more that I've also had interactions, a lot of interactions with Meraki Don. Is actually he was the one who got me into Rush Racing, that he was doing open lobbies with me, and he suggested that I would join and try to commentate. And 7 months later, we are here, and we are continuing to commentate, and I'm continuing to have a lot of fun, not only seeing him race, but seeing everyone
For sure.
race in OCE and North America.
For sure. And I wanna hit this one point real quick before the safety cars in this lap. Meraki Don had a little incident. It's very little. He's probably not gonna get a penalty for it. But usually other drivers as a TP, when you tell them they have an incident, like, oh man, what happened? Meraki Don was like, what? What happened? What did I do? No way. He was so into it. I was like, oh my God, I was not expecting that. This is how you know it means a lot to him. But the safety cars in this lap. When is Hulkenberg gonna go? And is URS gonna let Illyrian through on those softer, faster times? Very interesting stuff to play out.
And a little bit of a hold that is not going to help Hulk, as now he chooses to go. But all Lizzie and Illyrian, they are all right on his tail. Hulk did not get a great start because he had to brake for the turn. So that means that everyone is right on his tail. So now this is going to be a very interesting turn. There is no DRS, so he doesn't have to worry about the DRS. As Meraki Don maybe going to the outside. It looked like he almost held it, but he had to back out as Illyrian will retain his P3. So already, despite just coming out of the safety car, they are all very close, almost like it was just like a regular restart.
Oh yeah, and you can tell they're starting to get to the point right now where, okay, we got to put the gloves back on. We got to get to the end of the race. I can't do anything risky. I've seen 3 people go out already. I just need to get some points here and play it smart now. The adrenaline's gone. Now they're all focused right now.
Yeah, and the one thing that actually is also a factor is, I said before, that Hulk has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings of cutting the track or track limits. And now Illyrian is going to show why those mediums are the best. And he's going to take over P2 as now Meraki Don's going to go to the inside. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold it. But he will clip the grass, and Lizzie will lose positions. So Meraki Don up into P3. And I apologize for cutting off that point.
Oh no, you're perfectly fine, because this is what we want to see right here. Meraki Don and Illyrian head to head, the 2 protagonists of the season of NAEU Div 1 this year. I cannot wait to see this matchup all the way through this year, because like we were saying before, these guys will leave it all out on the track.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about it before, even talking about it last season, where these 2 guys have a lot of respect for each other. That Meraki Don and Illyrian, almost like we said, we had a bit of a comparison where we said it was kind of like a Lewis Hamilton Verstappen rivalry, where they both really had a lot of respect for each other, but at the same time, they put everything out on the line. And talk about putting everything on the line, Illyrian will take over the lead, but look at that. Hulkenberg's going to fight back. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold it. He won't. And Illyrian, just like that, is in the lead.
Yeah, you know, the thing is when you talk about having respect for each other, they definitely do. But don't get it twisted, Gabe. If you get these 2 in a lobby by themselves and you talk about the other person, it's I'm better than that person. I'm better than them. I'm faster. They're not, the mentality that they have, there is respect there, but don't get it twisted that they definitely have some rivalry going on.
Definitely a rivalry, but I would say that it is a little bit of a friend. I don't want to call it a friendly rivalry because that may take away a little bit of the edge of it, but you could definitely say that despite being rivals, they race each other clean, they give each other space, and I think that is actually one thing that's really, really good to see.
There's an Alpine off in the back. Oh, there's a barging on the 2A and both Ferraris back there if you want to go back.
Went back. Yeah, the Ferrari of 2A is missing an end plate. The Alpine, I don't believe, is missing anything. So it looked like there was. Oh no, the Alpine is missing an end plate as well. So there was contact as well.
And Hulkenberg just took over the lead of the race.
There is too much action going on over the entire grid. As, like you said, Hulkenberg will retake the lead. And I feel like now comes the question, as what we were talking about earlier, if the mediums are going to make it all the way. Because if you wanted to use the mediums, your best bet was to get in the lead, get out of DRS as quick as possible, and maintain the lead. So, but now, if you're not able to maintain that lead, and the older your mediums get, you got Meraki Dawn and Gabrielle and Lizzie, your teammate, who all have the hard compound and have a longer lifespan right behind you.
Exactly. If I'm Illyrian, I am begging my teammate to get past Gabrielle and Meraki Dawn as soon as possible. Because he needs to focus on what's in front of him, and if the more he spends time defending, he's going to lose track of Hulkenberg, and Hulkenberg's just going to run away with it because his tires are going to come to him. Illyrian needs to make a move between the next 1 or 2 laps here.
Oh, there was a little bit of a bubble giving it some in the wall. Gabrielle is out of the race. Verstappen's prediction came true,
gosh.
and the right-hander Gravel will claim a car as the safety car is deployed for the 3rd time today.
Wow. Wow.
So now here comes the question. As
If I'm somebody in the back, I'm throwing on softs right now.
yeah, and actually the chat even right now saying free stop for mediums. I'm wondering if they're going to go for the softs. I agree with you, H-Town. I think they might go for the softs.
If you're Illyrian, you're kind of stuck in no man's land. You don't want to pit because you don't want to give up track position. But Hulkenberg's pitting. What? For the lead of the race.
Illyrian will pit
my
as well.
God.
Meraki Dawn will stay out. Lizzie will pit as well. So Meraki Dawn is going to get the lead. So now, what is Hulkenberg? Hulkenberg will pit onto the mediums.
I think that was a boneheaded move right there, to me.
And
Maybe they see something that I don't.
Oh, and Illyrian has left the session. He put on the hard tires, and now it said he left the session.
Let me see if I can get him back in here. I'll send him an invite.
So Joshua will pit onto the sauce. Race will pit onto the sauce. 2A onto the sauce as well. So Meraki Dawn will take the lead for right now on that hard compound. Money in P2, Kellogg in P3 as a Kick Sauber has entered into the... I apologize, excuse me. Kick Sauber has entered into the top 3.
Oh, I'll let it just feel for him right now. I know he is very upset right now.
So, I mean, you could see some of the leaders. I mean, I kind of understand why Meraki Dawn and Money and like Pulled Ever and Lopro, I can understand why they wouldn't pit. But kind of an interesting decision for some of these other drivers because Joshua Bear maybe onto the softs makes more sense. I think Illyrian might have had a misinput. I don't think he meant to go on to the hard tires. Maybe that's why he had that reaction and maybe something happened. But right now, Hulkenberg went on to the mediums as well. He didn't even go on to the softs. So very interesting
Illyrian, I sent
picks.
you an invite.
And I appreciate that help, H-Town. I do appreciate it. Illyrian will join back.
I don't have Scarface Albo added. I'm gonna type in my EA in the text and just add me real quick.
And we appreciate all of your help as Illyrian will pit again. And I think Illyrian will put the mediums back on. Grecos will pit for softs and 2A will pit for hards as well.
Did you just say Rekus will pit for some? Is Rekus in here?
No, Grecos.
I thought you said Rekus.
Unfortunately, I have not had the opportunity to commentate with Rekus, but I am not going to complain too much. He does a lot of work, and we absolutely love him for all of the commentating work that he does.
I don't think he does enough. I think he could do more.
I don't know if H-Town would necessarily agree with you, but
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. He was up at 4 a.m. doing the Div 1 race for OCE last night. And, I mean, so was I because I'm at CP Engineering. But man, he brings that energy though.
yeah, there's no doubt about that. Yeah, he absolutely brings the energy, sort of like the drivers, as we were talking about earlier. He just, even for commentating, he goes all in, blood, sweat, and tears to make sure that races get commentated, and he's very good at it.
Oh, he's the.
Safety car in this lap. Meraki Dawn will lead the grid. Last time he led the grid coming out of the safety car, he got an absolutely nuclear start. So he's going to probably try and recreate that success, as he's going to lead Money in P2, Kellogg P3, Pool Diver P4, Low Pro P5, and then Hulky P6 are his probably immediate threats. And now he's going to probably get as good of a launch maybe as he can. He brakes for the turn, and he got the best launch.
Wow.
And that is what you want to see.
Wow, that two times in a row. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. So who's off the track right now? Hulkenberg's off the track.
And Hulkenberg did recover. So he is now in P11. He was able to recover. But oh my word, that was, I saw it in the background as we were watching the leaders, but that was crazy. So Tai actually will include, they're almost going 3 wide. They almost went 3 wide coming out of Sector 1. You can see all of the people right around Tai. They are just all right there.
Yeah, and this is where drivers like Meraki Dawn, Illyrian, Tai, when they get clean air like this, it's very hard to keep up with them, because this is where the consistency comes in. You can keep up with them for 1 or 2 laps, but you get to the 4, 5, 6, and your tire wear is going out, and you're wondering how they're still going.
Whoa, there was contact, and the Mercedes around it takes out Tai.
Oh my God.
The Mercedes got forced off the track by Joshua Bear, and the Mercedes lost traction. It was low pro and crashed into Tai, and Tai is out of the race as well.
Oh, everybody's a point scorer today.
And I do agree with Vide, just Tai was in the wrong place at the wrong time, as Joshua Bear was fighting, and Lopro will also retire from the session. But Joshua Bear was fighting for a little bit of room, maybe took too much as he forced Lopro off the track. And we're even seeing in the chat that the stewards are probably going to be busy this week. And I feel like with NA, they are busy every week.
Oh yeah, Burt Highlander was busy today. The stewards are busy today. Everybody's gonna be busy today. And then we got Div 2 after this. Oh my goodness.
Tai will, as we said before, retire and leave the session. And you talk about that consistency. Meraki Dawn now 1.3 ahead of Money. Now, the question I guess I will have here is Kellogg is trying to hold on to that P3 for a Kick Sauber. We didn't see many people racing for Kick Sauber last year, but now having 2 full grids, I'm going to be very interested to see how they do having consistent drivers. But with DRS open, it's going to be very interesting to see, as now Joshua Bear is chasing down Pool Diver, and those soft tires are really helping him.
Oh yeah, at this point, you don't want to do anything too crazy. Get the points, go home, get back to the drawing board, and unless they bring upgrades to the next one.
And so far now it looks like all of these drivers have now caught up to each other, as Kellogg will lead the group here in P3, and then you have Pool Diver, Joshua, Lizzie, and Hulk all within a second of each other, and Project Race, who's not really had the best race today, but he has an opportunity. I mean, depending if one thing goes wrong, he could even find himself up into P5. So you can see this whole group here all racing, and now Lizzie's gonna go to the inside. Is he gonna make it stick? Still side by side with Joshua Bear. And Joshua Bear using the softs to his advantage. They're still side by side as they go through, still almost wheel banging. Still side by side, Joshua Bear forces him off, and now contact, he forces the Williams off as well. So Joshua Bear throwing the elbows out everywhere, and he will find himself again in P5. And now a Williams and Alpine are side by side as well, going into Sector 1. The Alpine is going to get a 3-second time penalty, and the Lizzie's going to lose positions as Hulkenberg will pass him as well. Oh my word, what is going on? And now we even have another moment. Project Race will spin in Sector 1. No VSC, no safety car, but another spin, and the Alpine will fall once again as these racers are just still battling for every position.
Oh my goodness, this is too crazy.
I couldn't agree more, H-Town. This is just like absolutely crazy. And this is the first race of the year.
Well, it's kind of like how I was telling Verstappen before we went live. Is when you're in a relationship, that first argument is when you have to put your foot down because it sets the tone for the relationship. It's kind of like this race. The first race of the season will set the tone for the whole year. You gotta put your foot down on this one, and that is exactly what Meraki Don did. Is he put his foot down and does not look back.
Yeah, and I mean that, especially that restart, that last restart, that is basically like, as you said, he put his foot down and he absolutely got the launch he needed. It's just Joshua Bear once again just trying to get past Pool Diver, as Pool Diver is doing his absolute best to chase down Kellogg, but now you can see this group of 5 drivers all fighting for space. But yeah, I totally agree with you, H-Town. Just in this first race, you establish who you are and what you're going to do, what your plans are for this season. And I think it's very clear that Meraki Don is going to try and go for a back-to-back.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's definitely going back-to-back.
Pool Diver will also get a 3-second time penalty for track limits. And now Joshua Bear trying to go to the outside. He's not going to do it. Oh, but he does. And he forces a Lizzie off the track again. Once again, he forces another driver off. And we have a Racing Bull who retires. Greco's retires in Sector 3. No safety car
deployed. Did he retire or did he hit the wall?
It says that he retired. It said that he did not finish. I wasn't able to catch where his car was, but that leaves only 11 drivers remaining here as we are still seeing the battles up and down the grid.
All right,
and
all right.
now,
There's 2 more laps to go. I'm thinking at least 2 more drivers are going to be off the race, I think.
that is a very bold claim, and I think I would absolutely lose my mind if that happens. Muted him. I apologize for that stream. Not entirely sure why we have people joining into the VC. But here we go. We're still lap 28. Meraki Don going through. Money, he's been there. He's still holding on. Originally Meraki Don, I think the furthest gap he had was a 2-second gap. But Money has been holding on, and because of that, that's the biggest reason that he's actually built a gap between P3 and still so far as we enter into the final lap. I think right now the biggest battle is this group right here as Hulky is trying to hold on to P5 and Pool Diver once again trying to chase down Kellogg's, but the penalty will really hurt him.
Yeah, especially since the safety cars bunched everybody up together.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, this has just been an absolutely insane race, to say the least. And I mean, this is the first one of the year.
Who's comps on the next race?
I believe it is me and Wildcat.
Well, you have to be nice to me and talk good about me when I'm on the track. You can't talk bad about me.
Well, I guarantee you, being with Rekus absolutely said nice things about you. But you're in. Hey, I've had fun commentating with you today as well. So
Oh,
hey.
oh yeah, I always have fun with you guys. And you know, I was trying to give Rekus. I was like, "Who's your favorite driver?" I was paying stream points, and he wouldn't even say me. Come on, Rekus.
Hulkenberg will get another 3-second time penalty. As Season 6 begins, we see a familiar face as Meraki Don will win the Australia Grand Prix. Hulky will end up retiring from the race before the finish. Kellogg will hold on to P3. Joshua Bear and 2A will get a Ferrari 4.5. Pool Diver P6. Alizzi P7. A Project in P8. And Illyrian will come home in P9. And then Wildcat will come home in P10 as well.
They have Don Julio, they have Don Repasado, and now we have Meraki Don.
Pardon?
We're on live, so we are in the live comp box.
So that is first race done and dusted. I mean, I don't know about you, H-Town, but I don't know if that race could really be any more crazy or entertaining.
Well, here's a prediction for you, and I want to. Do you think Div 2 is going to be crazier than this, or do you think it's going to be calmer than this?
Honestly, I'm going to take the risk and say I think it's actually going to be calmer. I think that actually the drivers are going to be a little bit better than this. I think that in Div 1 you tend to be a lot more aggressive because you want to be faster. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say maybe we won't see as many retirements in Div 2.
Oh yeah, I'll make sure there's more retirements. I'm just kidding.
So here we go. We see here in the game, race winner here was Meraki Don. Alizzi will get the fastest lap. Project Race will get credit with driver of the day in the game. Illyrian with the most overtakes and Meraki Don with the cleanest driver. In your final grid, Meraki Don with the race win, Money in P2, Kellogg and the Kick Sauber in P3, Joshua in P4, 2A in P5, Pool Diver P6, Alizzi P7, Race P8, Illyrian P9, Wildcat P10, Hulky P11, Greco's P12, Low Pro P13, Tai 14, Gabrielle 15, 810, 16. And just unbelievable race, really. I was not ready for this. I had a little bit of expectations going into this race. I don't think I was prepared for what we witnessed here. So we are getting people here in for the interviews. We have both Potato and Money. I will see if we can get
Potato Meraki.
Hopefully we can get Kellogg in here as well. I hope that Kellogg will be able to join for the interview. Potato, we'll start with you. Congrats on the win. Congrats on a very consistent race as always. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling alright. It wasn't the best race. Loki was struggling a bit. I had little issues, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah, and I mean, I
was literally saying on the stream how trash you were driving at the beginning too, but then.
All right.
Normal H-Town shenanigans, am I right? But I mean, this race was definitely very chaotic with all of the incidents, all of the safety cars. I mean, how was that for you navigating through all the safety cars and everything, and especially considering the safety cars in pitting?
I mean, the first one that came out, I wasn't all that worried about it because it's still like lap 2, 3. Like, why would I need a pit right now? And then that VSC came out at like lap 9. I was like, okay, I'm gonna pit right now just to get my first pit stop out my way. And then that final safety car, I don't know why they pitted. I don't know why they decided to pit. There's an entire group behind us on fresh tires, and you think it's a good idea to pit. So
It's
everyone that
funny.
pitted, that's kind of on them.
It's funny because I feel like somebody was saying that during the comp stream. I forgot who the guy was.
I don't even know. I just found it kind of stupid. Everybody pitted like the entire everybody up in the front pitted together, and then they come out and they're all the way in the back. I was just like, hey man, they're just handing it to me.
I literally was just about to say they give to the race. And the thing about and game, this is kind of the thing about drivers like Illyrian, Tai, and the drivers that we're talking about, like Meraki Don, is when you give them that chance and you give them that sniff of victory, they're gonna take it. And so, they're gonna capitalize on your mistakes, and that's why you can't make too many of them around them.
And speaking of that as well, and this is going to be a question I will ask all the three drivers, but first race out of the way, and especially for you getting the race win on your first race, how are you feeling after winning the first race of the season?
Puts me in a good spot. Everybody that I was expecting to finish the race didn't finish the race, so all I have to do is show up and put points in, and I'll be okay.
Well, thank you, Potato. I will let you go, but congratulations on the race win, and congratulations on starting a new season as the reigning champion.
Thank you.
Wait, before you leave, I have one question for you, Don. Who's your favorite TP in Rush?
Be honest, I don't know any TPs. I don't know any.
Get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
And H-Town trying to play the favorite as always. And now we have our both of the drivers who also finished on the podium. Money, welcome in to the comms box. And how are you feeling right now getting P2?
Good. It was unexpected for after the quali because I missed the second lap due to a big impeding. The third one I spin myself at the last turn, so I can do P2, P3 easy with my pace in quali, but I struggle a little bit more in during the race in this track specifically. But I was sure that if it was a virtual safety car, I go to pit, because here if you put the hard soon you go faster. If you look, all the drivers make 2 stops before is 1, 2, 3. So the start was all in this race, I think, for the result. Only a thing, my name is Shalli Money. He's reading Shalli.
Shalli. I apologize
Shalli.
that I'm still learning pronunciation.
Don't worry. He's Italian. He's Italian.
It's okay.
Italian.
He just learned 2A instead of ZA.
That is true.
It's not a problem. It's difficult because it's in Italian. We read it in another way.
Oh, you're Italian.
Yeah.
Fratelli Italia.
I'm a little bit. I saw so many contacts between some drivers. Gabriele Calzi died in front of me because of someone pushing him into the wall. Another one at the beginning. So maybe the driver need to know each other. For these days was practice for that, I think, because we don't know each other. We are all new. But I was super clean. I don't have any problem. If I have someone around me, I stay calm. I don't do nothing stupid and display. So I was super happy.
Yeah, and I think, well, you took away my other question. I was about to ask you, with all the chaos going on, it was very impressive to see you get up into P2, and like with all the chaos going around, people getting crashed, safety cars, and I mean, you answered the question, but from the comms box, it was very cool to see that you were able to get P2.
Yeah, I don't think I have the pace to stay in the podium every race, but it's a nice way to start this one.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, fantastic start, and like we said, ask Potato, that this is probably obviously the second best start. You would want to win the race, but at getting P2 in the opening lap for the new season, how are you feeling? Does that set the tone for the rest of the season for you?
I think I can compete for staying top 10 all the races, but in top 5 is the on the standings was my dream, because there is a lot of very fast driver here, and I don't have the time to practice a lot due to my two sons. Because my nickname is the union of the letter of my two sons. It's not a specific meaning. So I prefer to stay to my son, but I hope to gain P5 in the standings. Top 5, sorry.
Well, I can definitely say that, I mean, with you and the rest of the grid, I cannot wait to see how the rest of the Division 1 season is going to go, because, I mean, that initial race was very fun to watch. But thank you for coming in, and to both you and Potato, thank you for you guys coming in to do the interview.
Thank you.
And alrighty, that is going to wrap up the stream, wrap up Division 1 here in Australia. And for the race today, we had a little bit more chaos as Verstappen originally had to leave, but thankfully we had H-Town who was able to step in and help out with the comms. I hope everyone has a fantastic day or night wherever you guys are in the world, but don't go anywhere. In roughly 15 minutes, we will see Division 2 as well for North America and Europe. And I hope you guys all stick around, and we will return with more action coming from Australia. I am your host, GameHawk, and I will see you guys there.
Let's go.